The government has instructed the Bumiputera Agenda Steering Unit to study the involvement of Bumiputeras in the logistics sector to find a long-term solution over the issue of 51% Bumiputera equity in freight forwarding companies. Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Aziz said the government will consider the views of all stakeholders before making a final decision on the matter, adding that the issue was not new. He said the postponement of the equity requirement until December 31st next year would give Teraju time to study the participation of Bumiputeras in the logistics industry. He told the Dewan Rakyat today that the findings of the study would be presented to the Cabinet to shape the direction of Bumiputera involvement in the logistics sector and ensure that the industry continued to grow. He said this in response to a question from Seremban MP Lok Siu Fok, who had asked whether the government was ready to review the policy since it was difficult to implement. Lok also said the policy was unfair for non-Bumiputera-owned firms when the government was exempting foreign-owned companies from the equity policy, thus making local firms less competitive. Tengku Zafrul, however, reiterated that the ministry will consider the views of all stakeholders before coming to a decision. Freight companies registered before 1976 are not required to have any Bumiputera equity, while a 30% quota was imposed on those registered between 1976 and 1990. The 51% Bumiputera equity requirement applies for firms registered after 1990. No Bumiputera equity is required for licenses held by integrated international logistics service providers.